Welcome to Unmuted Podcast with our amazing host and author, Recia Kabbah. In a noisy world, we cut through the chatter, amplifying important voices. Are you ready for raw, unscripted stories that shape our daily lives? Well, on Unmuted, we tackle tough topics, challenge the norms, and share untold stories. Each episode, we bring in thought leaders, influencers, and everyday heroes for genuine conversations. It's not just a podcast, it's a platform for real, raw, expressive conversations. Get ready for the emotions, laughters, and most of all, the truth. Unmuted is more than just a show, it's a movement. So join us as we break the silence to embrace the power of honest dialogue. Welcome to Unmuted, where conversations are real.
Welcome to Unmuted Podcast. I am your host, Recia Kabbah. On today's episode, I have a returning guest. This time, she's coming bigger and better. She is entrepreneur, humanitarian, philanthropist, and the author of A Glance at Liberia. She is no other than my beautiful sister, Carmen Lucky Hart.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Recia, for inviting me again. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, always a pleasure to have you on my
Thank you.
platform. Yes. And like I said, you came with a whole new, a whole new achievement. And I am so,
Absolutely. And I added you too.
yeah, on the only, okay, let's go. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so much. You know, the topic today is kind of a little icky for me. So first of all, I just want to thank you and just give you your flowers for the things that you do and just how loving and caring of a mother you are.
Oh, thank you.
Gamen, I really, really sometimes people don't tell people, things, but
Mhm.
seriously from the bottom of my heart, I really admire you and your strength.
Mhm.
We have many parents, but not everybody is called a mother. Like you are a mother, the definition of a mother.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
I have to tell you that the last time he was here, we was talking about one daughter,
Yeah.
and now today is another daughter.
My second daughter.
Your second
Yes.
daughter. So for you to be so open to sharing your story and just the struggles and everything,
Hmm.
it's because you have a heart and you want to send that message out there for those that are experiencing the same thing. So I am happy you can do this on my platform.
Hmm.
I applaud you and I want to
Thank
thank you
you.
for just being here.
Right, absolutely. And one thing is that to have the ability to share your whether it could be your grief, your sadness, happiness. I mean, it's once you share it, I think it's also welcome to help someone out there who is, struggling with the same situation. So I'm
Mhm.
always glad to pour out my heart, talk about my experiences, and talk about just you name it, everything about me, pretty much. If that
Right.
can help someone, I'm okay. I'm happy.
Right. Thank you. And
Oh,
that,
you know
that
what? Let me
that's
see
the
if
whole
I
you
would
want to share
love.
with your audience. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Just before I forget and we go too far into this,
Right.
um, if I find it though.
You can just go to my page.
Okay, let me look for you. Alrighty. Um, okay, here it is. I'm gonna definitely share it to my page. Voila. I think I already did it. Awesome.
Okay. All right. So Here we go. Yes, you want to make sure your followers see this because not everyone you're friends with, I'm friends with. So,
There you go.
right. So I am glad for this interview. All right, let's get into it.
Mhm.
If you will, what strategies or techniques have been most helpful for you and your daughter
Okay.
in supporting her development and well-being?
Okay. So I want to establish the basis first. I do
Mm.
have a daughter, men who actually at age 3 she was diagnosed with autism. And that's just to give the audience who don't know
Right.
my story a background, a little background of that. And then your question was strategies that
Yeah, I said, what
okay.
strategies or techniques have been most helpful for you and your daughter in supporting her development and well-being?
Oh, look, we got a visitor here, my cat. I know, she just came up. Actually, when I think of a strategy or technique, first of all, I want to say the first thing as a parent is acceptance. All right. Because when your child is diagnosed with any form of disability or uh, illness, childhood illness, it can be a big blow to the family.
Mm,
And you go through the 5 stages of grief.
right.
And you know for some people it's difficult for them to move from stage 1 to 5 easily or quickly. They may linger somewhere with in denial, and and so it's different from for everyone, pretty much. But I can say that once you are a parent and you are hit with this bad news, because there is no other name I can say is the really bad news. When you are hit with that news and you have God's grace to move you or make you to pass the stage of acceptance,
Mm,
then you as a parent, you are going to be able to help your child. You are going to do whatever. I will say for myself. Let me speak for myself, right? So I was in that 5 stages for a very long time.
mm,
Just the denial part, not
right.
accepting that, this was my child with this, and oh, she was just going to get over it. Those are all denial, because you say, oh, it's just a face, she will quickly get over it. And I was stuck in there for a long time until my son said to me, he actually shook me, Mom, well, she's different.
Mm,
You have to accept her, that she's different. Um, and I said to him, I was like, yeah, what is this boy talking about? But he was 14 and he already understood something that I didn't understand. And so that night I, you know, was up late in the night thinking about what he had said. And I, you know, I chew on it, I thought about it, and I started, gradually coming to realization. Listen, if I'm stuck in denial, I'm never going to be able to help my daughter, because the resources that I needed to know and learn how to
mm,
teach her, I would never
Mhm.
get to that because I would be like, I'm in denial. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, this is not,
Not
this is
happening.
not,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not going to learn the picture exchange program to be able to teach her how to learn differently because that's what it is. So
Yes.
now it's like you're going to teach your child how to capture things, learn differently. It's not going to be like the typical child. You
Right.
know what I mean? Yeah. So I know I talk too much. Listen, when you ask me a question about my child, I would just go on and
No,
on and
you're
on.
not.
But
You're not. Actually, I like that you started from that. I did not want to
mhm,
go too deep because
mhm,
I'm not sure how much of that you can
mhm,
really say without getting
right.
emotional. And
Yeah.
so I was just on the surface. Like, let me
Right.
just ask her
Mhm.
more, you know, um, success stories rather than
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
telling me, the acceptance and from the beginning, from the root. But I,
Mhm.
I appreciate you going from the root because there are somebody that are going to come through this video and
Right.
will listen to your interview and hear
Absolutely.
from the beginning because
Yeah.
the acceptance part is the most important part.
Right.
Accepting it,
Right.
when you
Right.
get this news and then be able to accept it. So those
Hmm.
5 stages that you mentioned, I
Hmm.
wasn't going there, but I like that you went there on your own. And
Right.
it is a teachable moment.
It's
So
the
when we're not
foundation.
talking too much, continue. Just this is the reason we are doing it to bring awareness, right?
Yes.
So that's why
Yes.
you have the show by yourself today. This is the Carmen Lucky Show.
Ah, I tell you, the story can end, you get the story can end. And you
Yeah.
know what? It is the foundation because when you are hit with that news, how do
Mhm.
you handle that news? Because as a parent, you plan for your child's life. You said, okay, for my
Mhm.
daughter, we knew that she was going to be the lawyer in the family because we had two kids that were going to medical and we say, okay, she's going to be the lawyer in the family. And then all of a sudden, and we are hit with this new, oh, she's not going to be a lawyer. Are you serious?
Mhm.
No, that's not possible. It can't be our child. You know what I mean? And me, as an educator, I was like, no, I was going to do everything in my power to make sure
To
that my
do that.
daughter,
Yeah.
yes, that she was going to reach her full potential.
Right.
And it was tough. It was tough when she was younger. It was beyond tough. She was nonverbal. She didn't talk.
Mhm.
And we had a lot of behavioral problems because when a child cannot express themselves and when they can't communicate, it makes it difficult. And the only way to know how to communicate is to yell, scream, cry, kick behavior, right? Because
Mhm.
they're trying to reach out to you and tell you, hey, listen, this is happening to me. I want this. But how do I say that? Right? So I can tell you one day, we had a therapist that came into the home to just do a basic evaluation to see, at the
Mhm.
time we were so frustrated about everything. And the district was, you know, that was another story, time was being wasted.
Mhm.
So for her early intervention. So we had this man, he came in to do a um, evaluation about her to see how he can start providing services for her.
Mhm.
And he came in a home because, you want the therapist to come in your home to the child's natural environment.
Mhm.
um, so he came in that day. I'm sitting there, and he was like, "You guys just do whatever your natural, normal stuff. I'm just going to be on the side, just,
Watching.
So, yeah. don't, because sometimes, when you have people watching you, you turn to act differently. But
Different.
he was like, Mom, I just want you to be your own natural self today. Act like you don't see me. And I was like, okay. And then after an hour with the evaluation, he said, okay, I will be back next week. I will compile my, observation, and I'll see you next week. I said, okay. So waited for him. He finally came. And the news that he gave me wasn't so good again. I was really appalled. But it was the truth that he was telling me. He said, I'm sorry to say to you that your daughter doesn't understand any language. I was like, oh my God. My heart sunk. Now I knew that she had autism. Now you are telling me that she doesn't understand any language?
Right.
So, and the way that we communicate is you have to understand some form of language, right?
Mhm.
For
Right.
any type of development, communication, literacy, and all of that. So, if your child doesn't understand language, you mean there is no possibility of that child being able to communicate,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
talk. And boy, oh boy, I wanted to hear my daughter, the sound of her voice. That was something I always, as a parent, you're like, oh my God, would I ever hear her voice? Well, she cried, but just to say, Mom, or, and those were things that I yearn for. And then he's telling me that's not going to be possible because
Right.
she doesn't understand the language. So I was like, Lord have mercy. So I was just like, I don't know, on the floor, just
Hmm.
thinking how and how is this going to work? And then when my son's, with all the behavior and this and that, and I'm in denial and
Mhm.
thinking that she was going to get over it, and no, it can't be my child, no,
Right.
this and that. So when he said that to me as an educator, a teacher, I was like, no, I got to tighten my belt for this girl.
Mhm.
If I want her to develop, to talk, to do more for herself, I need to change my mindset.
Mhm.
I needed to change my mindset. Listen, I always tell my parents that you are the first teacher for your child.
Yes.
Don't depend on the teachers at school or therapists and what have you. Well, they will give you resources. That's the least they can do for you. But you as a parent, you have to take that thing and run with it. You have to turn it in a teachable, movement for your child. You have to make it work. You have to customize it, because one of the things that, all children don't learn the same way.
Right.
It's not a one size fits all.
Mhm.
So I had to, you know, just be more proactive for my daughter. And this
Right.
is where we are today.
Be strong for her. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And advocate. Yeah. Oh, I'm a number one cheerleader and her advocate, pretty
Mhm.
much. Hmm.
And now she's talking. So
OMG.
she's talking. So therefore, the improvement. That's what I'm saying. Your patience with her and just doing everything you can possibly do. That part of your dream came true. And so, how
Yes,
was that like for you hearing her voice for the first time?
it's truly an amazing success story to hear her say more than, well, when we started her with one word, right? And the
Mm,
one word was I.
mm,
Can you imagine?
mm,
I. Yes. And the second word was want. And we used the picture exchange program at the time. Imagine when my daughter was born at the time, I didn't know what autism was. Autism wasn't as prevalent as it is today,
Right.
right? So now
Mm-hmm.
you hear a lot about it, but when my daughter was born, not too many people, you never heard much about autism. So, but anyway, let's go back to what it was when I first heard her voice. So, she at her school, they had the picture exchange and they used it in her school. But then, as a mom, I went beyond that. I ordered the program myself. I reinforced whatever the teachers did at school.
Mm-hmm.
You best believe it. I was doing it 5 times.
10 times.
Yes, at home, I was doing it even more.
Yeah.
So what I did, I took every resources and turned it into something I customized it for my daughter.
Mm.
I tell parents, for children with autism, a lot of them they learn from pictures, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, they learn from seeing something, they read your facial expression, and they feed off of that, you
Yes.
know? So I took pictures of every single thing in my house. Imagine that. That's not an easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I took the picture of everything. I put a label to them, put a
Mm.
name next to it, and put a magnet, a Velcro on the back.
Mm.
Everything, I stuck it on the wall. The refrigerator had everything that was in the refrigerator.
Oh
So
wow.
all the food that was in the refrigerator, guess what? The
Was on
picture
the beach.
was on the refrigerator.
Hmm.
When you go to the bathroom, I have pictures of everything in the bathroom. Just labeled. My whole house was labeled.
Wow.
It was labeled. So, and I did a reward system. So so we started her with I, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then so when she wanted stuff, her nonverbal skill was very high. So she could come and pull you. Okay. When she
Mm.
wanted something, she would
Yeah.
pull you and take you there. And then she
Mm-hmm.
would point, but she won't say anything. So then we're like, okay, so if you can come and pull me and take me, so and then I had a binder too. So even though everything was labeled in the house, I
Right.
had a binder with a script in it, and then I had the eye. So we'll pick the eye from
Mm.
in the binder. We'll say I, like teaching her I, showing her that she is,
Yes.
yeah. And then we'll take the I, and then we'll also take the, hold on, let me show you something. Let me show you something, if you don't mind.
No, I don't. Ooh. Yes, guys, Game is talking about, for you guys that just coming on, she's talking about her daughter who is diagnosed with autism. So that's what the topic is about. If you're just joining us, she's just going through her
All right.
steps and, with her daughter.
Right. And this is what I tell parents. Listen, you can get tired teaching. You will teach and reteach because
Mm,
that's how they learn. Let me see how I got this from here. They learn from repetition. So you want to make sure, don't get tired. So when she was little, I had a binder like this, right?
mm-hmm,
So, and I'll just show you a little bit of the script that I made. So the first thing she learned was right there, the I one. See that? So
yes.
what I did was there's a Velcro on this. And then on here, I have another Velcro there. So if she wanted something, what we did was we took this out. All right.
Mm-hmm,
So, and then she would pick it because I would let her use her own hands to take it out.
mm-hmm,
I then, when she
mm-hmm.
said then I didn't write a want, but we had the one. Let's say I hear, pretty much. But instead of here, it would be I want, right?
Right.
Oh, no. I want is on here. I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I want. And then we'll ask her, okay, what do you want? And when she point to the apple, I will point to water, right?
Mhm.
Then I had another thing, a picture like that. So you see this picture? We have water. We have all kinds of stuff on here. So, but they were all done in color now.
Yes.
So then this is water right here. So what she did was I will take her hand and put it to the water. I want water. So now I had a script like this. So it would be like I want water. See?
Oh,
I want water, right?
what a brilliant
So
idea.
the water is there with the picture,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how she started to communicate. That's how my daughter started to use her voice to be able to talk.
And eventually she started saying the words now. Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
eventually, instead of using this to talk, she would just say, I want this, I want that.
Yeah.
So it's a phase. So we learn our want and we build upon it. It's a building block.
Yeah.
So, but that is the foundation.
That is the foundation and the patience.
And
Because
oh
not
my
everybody has
goodness,
that patience, okay?
when they talk about patience, you gotta have it. Um, so think about, they might stay, depending on your child, they might stay on I want for maybe a year, just learning this. And again, all children are not the same.
Right.
All right. So whether my daughter spent 5 years on I want, I was happy
It's still a
because
progress from where she
yes,
came from. Yes.
I celebrate her every day for every small thing that she did. I made it a big deal.
Yeah.
Like
And
woohoo.
she can see how excited you are, and it make her want to even
Right.
do more.
Exactly. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of patience, and is but you have to be determined. You have to want to see growth and development in your child to
Mm-hmm.
continue
Will
teaching,
continue.
to
Yeah.
continue doing what you're doing. Because you, as a parent, if you don't invest in your child, it's going to be difficult for that child because they
Mhm.
can't learn it by themselves. They need a support, they
Yes.
need a strong support source.
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
But like you said earlier, you can't just leave it to the teachers and the
Right.
professionals. You know, you
You
can't
can.
because she spent more time home than she spent in school.
Right.
So that's why I say your patience.
Yeah.
Your mother, your mother who just how you love on your children, no matter what
Yeah.
is different. Not everybody has that patience and that drive to continue doing that. Some people will, okay, the teachers will handle it, the professionals, the therapists will come and do that thing, and then that's that,
Yeah.
But you keeping your hands on it, you continue doing other things, finding other resources, to help her, has
Yes.
got her to where you are. And so, thank you so much. You actually went through all my questions, pretty much all of them.
I
And
told
I'm
you.
hearing you talking. I'm like, okay, well, she's covering my questions anyway. So you covered like three of them in regards to your daughter. The last one for her would be, what resources or support system have you found most valuable in your journey as a parent?
Family support.
Okay.
Family support is the biggest and greatest support that you can ever have. You, as a caregiver,
Mhm.
uh, having that strong family support to just carry
Mhm.
you through on what you are doing, I think is beyond um it's self-care. It's just beyond words cannot even express the amount of if you were to get that kind of support from your family,
Wow.
because you get burnout.
Yes. Yeah.
As a parent, you're giving 110% of your time, your love, your patience, your you name it, and you get really, really burnt out.
You're right. You said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family support. Family and
Mm-hmm.
friends. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that family support because, like you said, you
Yeah.
get burned out. So that's
Yeah.
good to. And everybody don't have that. A lot of
Everybody
people
don't
don't
have
have
that.
that family
Yeah.
support. So that's good to
Mm-hmm.
hear.
Yeah.
Okay. So I pray and I hope for her, continual growth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just admire everything you do. I just admire it.
Thank you.
When I see you with her doing those little videos, I'm like, there's God is a great God because He will never give you anything that you can't handle.
Yes.
He will
Yes.
never give us anything we cannot handle.
Right.
Before He give you that stuff or allow you to go through that situation, He built you up for it. And so
Yes.
you have
Mm-hmm.
that strength, you
Mm-hmm.
have that drive, you have that mother love. And I just take my hat off to you and I want to tell you, we see you. We see you. We see what you
Oh,
are doing. We see
thank
you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you know what's funny? Right now, and I'm trying to engage her as much as possible in terms of, responsive and receptive communication because that is so key. So just the back and forth, trying to, because I want her, it's not about the now.
Mhm.
Okay, the conversation, I wanted to be beyond that. So I want to ask her, "Well, how was your day?" You know, and just I sometimes listen to her, but for her, like you have to know her. So for her, she'll have to process what you tell her. So when you ask her a question, I have to pause
Mhm.
and give her time to process and then respond.
Mhm.
So, I mean, she's just doing incredibly beautiful at just telling me, oh, I went to this place, oh, I did that. The other day on Friday, she have her personal assistant. Um, so I went to work and I said, "Oh, Ricky came, right?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "What did you and Ricky do?" She said, "Oh, went to the movie." I said, "What did you see?" She said, Despicable Four. I was I was like, oh my God, just the little stuff that
Yeah,
people take for granted. For us with children with autism is such a
it's a
big,
big
big
deal.
deal.
It's a big deal,
Yes,
Gamen. I work
this
with
is.
children, like that.
Mm-hmm,
I work with individuals like that have
mm-hmm,
autism, and I know I see it. I
mm-hmm.
see the parents. It's like every little thing is a big deal,
It's a
and
big
you
deal.
just smile and you just so much
Yes,
proud of them. It's like
yes,
wow,
yes. It's
'cause,
just, yeah.
yeah, you embrace every moment and.
Mm-hmm. And
Listen,
it's
everybody's
shared
not built
joy.
for this. And
It's
thank you.
shared joy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, share
Mm-hmm.
joy. Thank you for sharing that part of your
Yeah.
life. And
And you know what? Like before,
Mhm.
we go. So now I'm like, really? So, I'll try to do a video with her. She would be like, "No, I don't want video." I said, "Oh," because, in it, she was doing her brushing her teeth. And I do those little segment of video just to help someone out there. So
Right.
that to tell them, hey, you are not alone. We
Mm-hmm.
see you, we hear you. And I mean, if she can do it, I'm sure to motivate you that your child will be able to get to that milestone
To
as
that
well.
mindset. And those little
Mm-hmm.
details that you just share here,
Mm-hmm.
someone may have that situation but don't have those ideas. And
Exactly.
now they're going to be able to take from that and do
Yeah.
exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
This is why,
Mm-hmm.
talking about our issues
Mm-hmm.
sometimes is good. You have to be vulnerable to share your story because you have a heart
Oh,
to help somebody else, to help another family. I can guarantee you, somebody will look at this video and take away a lot of things that you just shared today. So you may
I hope
never hear
so.
about it, But
Mhm.
God is gonna bless you for that, just for being vulnerable. Because not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody want to share
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
struggles,
Yeah.
their life situations. So it takes a special person to want to do that. So thank you so much, and you did share more than I expected. So thank you for
Listen,
that.
I don't want to carry it to the grave with me, okay? If
Yeah.
I can impact and be a blessing to someone out there who is going through similar struggles as I am, I
Mhm.
will be more than glad to share
Right.
because it takes a person to be
Mhm.
able to, like you said, be
Yeah.
vulnerable and talk about yourself, your family, your life story, and what have you. But
Mhm.
listen, I don't want to take it to my grave. I
Yeah.
want to be able to share and help
To share and
someone
help
else.
somebody. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I wish you and your daughter the best, the whole family, the strength, the best, the grandma, everybody. You don't add the Oma to your whole segment.
Oh,
You
you
ask the
good.
next woman, she won't leave the Oma alone. Why you giving
No,
my mom so much hard time? Leave her.
don't. Not me, oh. They the one can call me, oh. The Oma can say today I didn't do it because she came from church. She was like, hey, come to the Tina. Come tell my. I said,
She too,
look,
she liking the video business, huh?
I told her, I said, Oma, I am very busy right now. I won't be able to do it. She said, oh, I got my clothes on so we
Oh,
can do.
the Oma let us celebrate life. Oh. I've
I
been
said,
thinking, why am I giving my mom hard time? What about that
no.
she don't want?
She can call me. She can call me to do it. I'm like, "Ah,
I
okay.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you so much. Now we're gonna move from that and get into this new addition.
Oh yeah.
We are going to talk about your new book, A
Mm-hmm.
Glance at Liberia.
At Liberia.
A
Yes.
glance at Liberia. And for a Liberian like me, there you go, the book, A Glance of Liberia. That is Carmen's new book.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Liberia and all those, just everything about Liberia.
Right.
I ordered my copy. I was hoping I would get it today, but they said tomorrow. So I'm
Okay.
hoping to receive it tomorrow because I want to know a lot about Liberia because I don't know a lot about Liberia and I'm a Liberian.
Yes. This is
I
important.
did not really like finish school in Liberia or grew up in Liberia, and I never
Mhm.
really just went back to study about Liberia, and I'm not ashamed to
Okay.
talk about it,
Right.
but I'm waiting to learn more about Liberia because I'm a Liberian. I'm a born Liberian. So I can't wait for this book. So please, what really
Oh.
encouraged you? Tell us what encouraged you to write this book about Liberia. What's the inspiration behind it?
Okay, so this is an amazing book. A glance of Liberia at
Mhm.
Liberia, the Lone Star Forever. It's amazing. This is a reference guide to Liberia. So I think it was 2018. I took the kids to Liberia. My
Mm.
son and man, we went to Liberia. Man was like, oh my gosh. She was like, where is the city? She was, we got into Monrovia City. She still wanted to know where the city
The city,
was.
that's the city.
Can you imagine? What's the city, mom? What's the city? What's this? I was like, this is the city.
The city.
And she was like, oh my God, I want to go back to the airport. That's what she said. I
Oh
want to
my
go back to the
God.
airport. So, yeah, what inspired me mostly would be men.
Mm,
Okay, my second daughter, because with her disability and all of that,
mhm,
and just wanting to teach her more about Liberia.
mhm,
And who better to do that than her mom? So I wanted her to learn more about Liberia through her mom's eyes.
mhm,
Um, and making it a more diverse,
mhm,
and also making it very inclusive for her because I know her learning style. So, and this book brought the whole Liberia alive, just from doing it. So my daughter would not struggle to read and comprehend this book.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are lots of picture with text added that she can go through it. It's a really easy read for the entire family.
Mm-hmm.
So a child can take this book and just learn about Liberia
Mm-hmm.
within maybe 20 or less than 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's easy, and I would say every parent, grandparent, school district should get this book, because this is not one of those boring book.
It's a learning.
It's a learning book. It's not boring. It's
Mm-hmm.
easy. It's quick read, and you would just grasp everything that you need to learn. So this book is a reference guide. It talk about the people in Liberia, the tribes, the different tribes.
Mm-hmm.
It talk about our food. It talk about
Mm-hmm.
music. It talk about our land, river, and it talk about a whole bunch of stuff in here. Fruits and vegetable, yes, the type of fish,
Yeah.
animals, and all that we have.
Okay.
So my daughter can pick this book up and learn about Liberia without even, going there.
So
And
you can say she actually inspired you to write that book.
she actually inspired me in because I felt like I want to teach her. I want her to know about Liberia. Who can better do that job
Right.
other than me? And I know, her learning style. And I think any child with special needs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a typical child can
Right.
also learn
Yeah, you know, for everybody, whether you have special needs or not, is easy to read, is
easy.
easy to understand. So, like you said, for
Yes.
the whole family. So, it's great.
Yes.
I can't wait to receive my copy so I can read about Liberia. Okay, guys,
Right.
I ashamed to say I know much about Liberia. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna learn my country, all right? So next time you can interview me on Liberia, I will be able to answer your question.
Yes.
Not today. Not today. I love it. I love it. So, all
Thank you.
right.
So,
Yeah, it's
did you want me
mhm.
to give you a little sneak preview of the
Yeah, yeah,
book?
go ahead.
All
Hmm.
right. So, this book, on this page, it talks about, where Liberia is. So it's important to know the location of Liberia, where it sits, our neighbors and all. So this book will tell you Liberia is located, da da da, our neighbors. And then on this page, it talk about our climate right
Hmm.
here. Yeah. And then over here, it talks about the ethnic groups that we have in Liberia. So
Hmm.
it is a very easy read. Things that you really need to know. Our counties, it has the map right here of
Hmm.
all of the
Hmm.
counties. So everything is eye-catching. It captivates the whole essence of learning easily. And then it talks about the tribes right
Hmm.
here, all the tribes that we have.
Right.
So, and
16
then we
different
have
tribes.
religion, we have our, agriculture, forestry, and things like that. All those value trees and what have you. We have the different type of fish that we have in Liberia all here, and
Mhm.
here are the fruits. And yep, so
Right.
like this book is really great. I don't want to give it all up, but
Right.
I think everyone should go out there, get a copy. It is easy. Oh, did you know that Liberia have uh six species of sea turtles?
Six what?
Species of sea turtles, of tortoise.
No.
Oh yeah. So this book would tell you we have distinct species of tortoise in Liberia. And
Mm.
it's all in this book right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm,
So I,
mhm.
I will ask everyone, if you want to teach your child about Liberia and
Or
you,
yourself, or just yourself, just learning about
yeah,
Liberia, period, you know.
yeah, in a
It's a whole family.
simple way.
It's a whole family thing. So
Hmm.
I will, and I will be passing it on to my children because
Yes.
if I don't know, you know, they ain't know. So I'll be passing it on to them. All right. So, what are some of the most significant challenges and opportunities you have encountered in your work
In
in Liberia? Because you are
Well,
humanitarian, you do a lot, or you have a school over there. So, what are some of those challenges you have encountered?
Liberia is a complex country. That's how she says. It's a
And because
very
you wrote this book, I'm like, I have to ask her this. You know, it has to be some things, you know, she can tell me about because she knows more about Liberia. So yeah.
well. Liberia is a complex country,
Mhm.
and I think right now, uh, now that we have a new government, and so things are getting back on track.
Mhm.
There are challenges there. Hopefully, those challenges will be a focal point for the new government to just make sure that the country have good healthcare system,
Mhm.
drinking water, safe drinking water, security, sanitation. So those are challenges that I can safely say that Liberia is having right now. And my hope is that you know um, things are going to get better.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope I answer your question.
You did, but so all right. So this is the thing. Have you faced any challenges concerning like your project that you are doing over there? You know, I know you say you're hoping that things will get better, but what are some of your success or challenges you have
Mhm.
faced?
Well, I try to be very kind and careful in talking about this part, and that's why I say Liberia is a very complex country.
Okay.
Um, the people are hopefully they're going to pick up
Yeah. Okay.
and do better. That's a whole lot
I,
of
I
work.
I I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
I think we get it. And the word is complex, and we get it. So all right. So you know this platform is called unmuted, and I'm always
Yeah.
just the loud one and unmuting everything.
Yes.
Um, when it comes to me,
Mm-hmm.
just being transparent,
Mm-hmm.
I don't be caring who thinks what. But I get it also because sometimes, you know, you can say something without saying it, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, and so people who watching this know. If you know, you know. That's what they say, right? If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
are all hoping for Liberia, for the
Yeah.
greatness of our country.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I would love to go to Liberia and do more, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
because that's my land. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
was born.
Yeah.
That's my birth country. So why not?
Right.
Who doesn't want our country to do better? But for
Mm-hmm.
now, like we said, we are all wishing that the new government can do better so that we can feel
Absolutely.
safe and feel
Yes.
guarded and protected so that when we go home, we don't have to be looking on our shoulders. Um,
Yeah.
so, guys, I'm trying. But, anyways, so, Game, anything else you would like to talk about before we go today? And I thank you for sharing your story again about your daughter and continue doing what you do. Or is there anything else you would like to talk about? Your business. I know you are the CEO of Nick Sparkle. And if you want to tell the people about that, send them to your website. whatever you have to do, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Recia, for giving me this great opportunity to be here. If those of you who don't know me, I am a mom. I wear many hats, but I take motherhood to be my utmost job.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I want to speak more about or speak to those of you out there, especially mothers who are in a situation with a special needs child or a child with a childhood illness.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to encourage you, all is not lost. Be steadfast. Um, be, prayerful, and just be present. Be present. And do all that you can for your child, because nobody's going to do it.
Nobody's gonna do it. Yeah.
Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save you or to save your child. You have to do it and do it diligently.
Mm.
Yeah.
There you have.
And
Mm-hmm.
mhm. And if you are in the process for any other person, if you're in the process of looking for any type of anti-aging product,
There you
you
go.
want to go to www.knoxsparkle.store, and we have lots of stuff over there for you to keep you feeling forever young. And don't forget, go and check out A Glance at Liberia, A Lone Star Forever. It's out there on Amazon, and it's going to be on Barnes& and Noble, Lulu, Kobo, and you name it. So go and grab a copy. This is a multicultural book, a diverse book, and an inclusive book for the entire family. Your child, your grandchild, school districts will love this book. So, Racia, I want to thank you, madam, for inviting me. And thank you to everyone who's watching. Be blessed.
Thank you so much, Game. Thank you. And this is Game Facebook. So if you are not following her already, you can find Game on Facebook, Living with Autism Through My Daughter's Eyes.
Yeah,
Game, lock your heart. Follow her. And thank you, my sister. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. All right. I will see you again on the other side.
Sure, anytime.
Um,
Good
kiss our
night.
baby for me and tell Oma I say hi.
All right, I will. Good night, everyone.
Okay, okay. All right then. See you. Bye bye. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. What a great conversation. Autism has become a worldwide thing. So, if you have a child or anyone that's going through that, patience is the key. Always try to find the resources that you need to help your child or your family member. And continue being good. All right. So, I am going to share out my businesses now. First of all, I want to shout out my publicist, Ms. Jason Helen. She is the CEO and owner of Inner Star Trailblazer Awards. Jason is actually host. Her show is actually being held on August 12th. Inner Star Trailblazer Award. If you don't know who she is, follow my page. If you are here, which means you are already friends with me, the information is on my page. Grab your ticket and come to that award show because that award show is the bomb. She does that award show every year, the Inner Star Trailblazer Award, highlighting trailblazers in the community. So, yes, Jason Helen on Facebook. Instagram, I'm Jason. All right. And also my girl, Brianna Ofuso, she is the owner of Bella & Co. Beauty. She carries fashionable jewelries. So if you're not already friends with her or myself, follow my page, and her information is also on there, Bella & Co. Beauty. All right. Now, last but not the least, don't forget to order your copy of Unmuted. It's on Amazon, it's on Target.com, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. Unmuted is my story. The reason why we have this podcast today is because of my book, because of me telling my story, and I'm just bringing more awareness to situations that I talk about in my book. And so please, guys, go on and check out Unmuted. That's it, Unmuted on Amazon. You will see that whole cover. I'm going to show you the cover right now. And try to order you a copy, because Unmuted tell you a lot about my life and why I decided to write this book, and just the awareness that I'm bringing to everyone. If you have a story and you want to tell your story, I'm also open to anyone who wants to tell their story. Hit us up. So this is Unmuted by Recia Kabbah, is on Amazon. Look for that cover on Amazon and grab your copy. All right. So guys, thank you so much. Again, RecaBoutique.com. RecaBoutique.com is my website with my businesses. We have the collection, the Unmuted collection on there. We have t-shirts, we have tracksuits. Now that it's getting cold, you can grab your tracksuit and your baseball caps. Look cute with Unmuted. All right? Don't shy away from supporting my small business. Until next time, I will talk to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.